Hello, all of you. CA Diptichheda here. How are you preparing? Today, we are discussing all the concepts of labor in costing. But before diving into this chapter and writing the booster notes with me, tell me, have you watched the video for material chapter? If not, then go and watch it. There is no formula. Okay, there is no magical formula for EOQ or number of orders and all. There are beautiful logics. So how that formula is derived, how you need to prepare the table for ordering cost, carrying cost, total purchase cost, and discount policy, all that is covered is in another video. So one request is to watch the video with a playlist so that you are getting all these knowledge in a sync way and not haphazard way. And second request is, please watch this video in a big screen as I'm writing and explaining, or preferably full screen in your mobile phone, and take proper notes also, right? So let us begin with, today we are discussing labor chapters concepts, the booster notes, okay? Regular class, if I take the labor chapter, goes on for 7 to 8 classes, right? Once you understand, then you practice the problem, then you practice the past exams. But very important is to make sure one thing, look at all the past exams and you will see a trend that labor chapter comes in question number 1 only. There's a separate video for the paper pattern. Okay. 1 second. Yeah. There's a separate video for the paper pattern, and there I have told you, again I want to revise. Question number 1, 5 marks, 4 questions, compulsory to attempt, not compulsory to attempt it first. Jab karna hai, that 3 hours mindset is a different topic, we'll take it later, but right now you have to attempt labor questions. So there is no escape, ma'am, labor mein formulas hai, main chhod दूं kya? Formulas nahi hai. It's a practical knowledge very much going on around us. We remunerate the worker who is working efficiently, and we tighten the worker who is not doing up-to-date work, so that they are all streamlined and working the best for the company. Isn't it a simple business policy? So let us check how do we calculate the labor cost. And these are the booster notes we have dictated in the regular class. I'm explaining from this. And let us start. Yeah, it will take time. Labor revision will take time, but we will do it surely. Let us see now. In labor, when you make payment of wages, along with that, you need to give some incentives to motivate the worker who is working efficiently. You allotted a worker 8 hours, and if he has completed the work in 6 hours, has he saved 2 hours for you? The answer is yes. He has saved 2 hours for you. So if you are paying for 8 hours 80 rupees, now this worker was honest enough to complete the work in 6 hours and you are paying him in 60 rupees. Isn't it his loss? Arey, I would work leisurely, aaram se chai pee ke idhar udhar gupshup, and I'll do it in 8 hours. The answer is he has saved 22 hours and 20 rupees for the company. This saving, if the company says, chalo, a part of you have saved 20 rupees, thank you so much, a part of it you also take home. Then he will be motivated to work and complete it still earlier, maybe in 5.5 hours next time. Yes. So what do you mean by incentive schemes? Incentive schemes are made in such a way that they motivate the employees to work well, and secondly, they motivate the employees to work well, and the second is they help the company also to extract and get the best from the employees. This is the reason. So let us start now. As we all know, when you're watching this video, I hope you already have, this is not a regular class. This is for you to revise and keep the gist with you so that one day before the exam also you go thoroughly, but you have to do it now with me. So Rowan's formula is BW, I have written as basic wages. Okay, right. So we pay basic wages plus bonus. Basic wages is number of hours into rate per hour. Bonus, if it is Rowan method, then take it as time saved. What is time saved? Standard hours minus actual hours. Yes, standard hours were 8 hours and actual hours are 6 hours. Have you saved 2 hours for company and rate is 10 per hour? So 20 rupees. So Rowan says 20 rupees what you have saved. 20 rupees what you have saved into the proportion of actual hours by standard hours, you take it. Who will get it as incentive? Employee. How? Basic wages is fixed. Number of hours into basic rate. But bonus is over and above the basic wages. So time saved, standard hours minus actual hours into rate, into actual hours by standard hours. Good. Now, if it is Halsey, exam they'll give you. Either you have to solve it by Rowan or Halsey, and sometimes comparative problems are asked that this is the company's policy. Now you suggest which is more beneficial. So comparable problems are also there in your study material. Now, Halsey says pay them basic wages, that is hours into rate, and pay them bonus, standard hours minus actual hours is time saved into rate. So pay them bonus 50%. Sometimes in the exam they call it Hal's where, and they say pay the bonus 40%. Means such a simple answer. Okay, dear employee, you saved 20. You saved 20 rupees, no? So 20 rupees ka 50%. 10 rupees you give to employee and 10 rupees is the additional profit to the company. Is this clear to all of you? Rowan and Halsey both pay basic wages hours into rate. Now Rowan says bonus is time saved, whatever time you have saved into actual hours by standard hours, you give it to the employee. Halsey says time saved, whatever time you have saved, 50% of that give to employee. Sometimes in the exam in Hal's where it is 40% or 70%, it all depends. Okay? Okay. Now tell me one mindset. Are you clear with the Rowan and Halsey formulae? If yes, please comment below. If no, then also where is exactly your doubt? If you say, I can help and clear that. Okay. Now, Rowan and Halsey. Sometimes the problem in the exam given is total wages are given. Say with Rowan you have paid 500 rupees. And then hours are given, standard hours, actual hours, and rate is missing. What I want to say is in costing, it is creativity. In accounts, it is simple, straight problems as you do, so they ask in exam. But in costing, if you know how to calculate wages applying the formula logically, can they give you wages in the exam? And can they ask you to apply the formula? Wages de diya hai. And can they ask you to calculate actual hours if AH is missing? Or actual hours and standard hours are given. And if the R is missing, can you find it? Yes, answer is yes. So be clear with your mindset. Rowan says, okay, whatever time you have saved in the proportion of actual hours by standard hours, you take home. And Halsey says, whatever time you have saved, 50% of that wages saved, we will keep, and 50% you take it. That is the simple formula. And whenever we take standard hours, yes, this googly is important. In labor chapter, and in the end you have standard costing. There also you get material, labor, overhead problems in the exam. So the labor, very important is Standard hours are not the benchmark. Standard hours are the hours required for actual output. Look at the way I have written it in bold, and all the regular batch students also, they write it with me, booster notes with understanding over the 8 days. Standard hours are always for actual output. Corrected? Like 1 unit requires 10 hours. Actual output is 100 units. Will require how many standard hours? 1000 standard hours. Yes or no? 1 unit requires 10 hours and your actual output, you have produced 100 units, requires 1000 hours. So 1000 hours are standard hours. Now this employee completed it in 920 hours. 920 hours are the actual hours. Now what are the hours saved? 80 hours. Got it? Standard hours are always for actual output. And actual hours, they'll be given in the exam how many hours they will take. And then time saved is standard hours minus actual hours. This time saved, if it is row 1, in the proportion of actual hours by standard hours, you give them as bonus. And if this is hull saved, whatever time is saved into rate, 50% you give them as bonus. Nice. So like this, even if this formulas are printed in your book in the beginning, in the end, 10 times, if you really want to have a grip on it, if you really want to score best marks in the first attempt and go to CA final and give your best in SCM also, the grandfather of costing is SCM, FM ka SFM, and accounts ka it is FR, then I'm really saying, dear students, in the 20 years of teaching, I've seen that hierarchy, how very much important. You can't say, ma'am, एक labor chapter छोड़ दिया तो क्या होगा, costing तो I will do it, उसके बिना भी I will score. Then out of 100 you can get 80 and 88 marks. Why you want to take a chance and just attempt 90 marks of paper and leave the labor? And labor छोड़ोगे तो standard costing also you will be losing your marks. Okay, right. And now the last part in this video, if they ask you to calculate, okay, you have calculated, dear students, check if are you clear? Have you calculated the wages, total wages, the basic wages plus the bonus as per the Rowan and Halsey? Now, total wages, if you divide by actual hours, you get effective rate per hour. कितना पड़ रहा है मुझे? I paid to worker A 500 rupees for 50 hours. To worker B, I paid 500 rupees for 100 hours. So worker A is coming to 10. Worker B is coming to 5 per hour. So this is how you get effective rate per hour. If you want, you pause the video now, write from the screen and then continue. If you don't write and if you're just sitting lazily in your bed and watching the video, then this video is not for you. If you are a straightforward learner from a straightforward teacher, करो. चेयर पे बैठो, फॉर्मूलाज लिखो और लिखने के बाद नहीं समझे तो इट्स अ चैलेंज, नहीं समझे तो होगा ही नहीं. What is the effective rate per unit? So your total wages divide by actual number of units produced. So if you have paid total wages 500 and if you have produced 500 units, what is your wages per unit? 1 per unit. Yes, got it? So many times in the exam, they are asking you calculate the total wages as per Rowan or Halsey, or for the same data calculate Rowan and Halsey and then divide it by hours or number of units to get effective rate. Which one is cheaper? Which one is beneficial for the company? Like this. And sometimes they can give you the total wages and they can ask you calculate what will be the actual hours missing or the rate missing. Then you can write and calculate. Okay. Institute study material is having very good problems. I'm literally saying this as a teacher. If someone says so many years I have teaching experience and I have best of the problems in my material, yes, I do. At the professional exam level, I'm putting and giving the best of the problems. But institute is also not a fool to make a very wonderful material they have made. So with my material for the concepts and for the practice, after that, if you practice institute's materials problems from the beginning once, and while solving it once, right now this is the correct time to solve it, mark it also. Easy, same as third, not to be done again, and you will be very clear what you have to study one day before the exam, right? So time management is now, right now, and I have taken it up as a challenge to come up with these weekly 3 days promise of videos so that I can change the mindset of the students ki results se exam tak, I mean say your exam ho gayi aur ab results tak bhi padhna hai, right or not? Thank you so much for watching this video till end. I hope I have given you an insight. It's very interesting. Keep watching for the space for the next part of the labor where I teach you the flux method and others with the concept. Okay. And if you want more theory questions, total number of the theory questions, this last December 21 exam, the theory questions came all from the list what we had given to students. From the link below, download Concept Classes app, and there in the free study material, you can see a PDF is uploaded for all the important theory questions of costing, and in that boldly the questions which are repeated 6 to 8 times over the period. You can make some trends. So that's what I have made. I've taken hours to prepare that content. Do take a print of that and keep it with you. So download the app and take a print of the costing, and I'll be uploading these booster notes also soon, right? Thank you so much for watching the video till end. Thank you. Bye-bye. All the best. Signing off now. CA Diptichheda here. Bye-bye.